but that you have to create it while you're here through your experience. Look at the responsibility that comes with that. One person may have gratitude and reverence towards that and take on the work. Another person may be deadly afraid to do that. And does that not explain then, perhaps, the addiction and the escapism and the avoidance and all the other sorts of nonsense that you see in the world? If this in fact turns out to be the case. That not only is this sort of interest in these alternative subjects about selfhood, but it might even be even more important than that. You might be in the very process of creating your soul, your spirit, your sense of selfhood. There's people in the gulags who will confirm exactly what I've said, so I know I'm on strong ground here. And I have deconstructed all those other models. And I don't believe them anymore. And so this then becomes a tremendous, study, an amazing thing. And that's why with that comes an optimism and a gratitude and a reverence and a feeling that this matters. It's very, very vital. It's very, very important. Because to not do it is to not only enslave yourself, it's to enslave the entire world, which is what I think Patrick McGowan was really trying to say. And when it comes to his wonderful book, one might really question, as I've done, what is the greatest one-liner in that book? There are so many. I'm not a number, I'm a free man. Can I see a larger map? No. This is all you get, the village. Or was that other one? Questions are a burden and answers a prison for oneself. Or who is number one? What's subtextually behind that? Who is number one? Is number one an external, all-seeing presence? Or is number one about selfhood? What was he talking about in the first and last episode of that? Was it an indication of that he had brought all of this into existence? He was in fact number one? Is it, we're all pawns, my dear? And we are literally just that and have no free will whatsoever. We're just doomed to follow the collective, like you saw, this statement, that's it. That's all, you should be secure. That's enough, that makes you secure. Or is it that famous line, I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered? My life is my own. And my personal favorite is everyone votes for a dictator. But anyway, I'd like to finish with a quote from Karen's wonderful book. And forgive me if you've heard this before. I just think it needs to be reread. And it's from Aldous Huxley, from Brave New World Revisited, and it's this. It is perfectly possible for a man to be out of prison, and yet not free, to be under no physical constraint, and yet to be a psychological captive, compelled to think, feel, and act as the representatives of the national state or of some private interest within the nation wants him to think, feel, and act. The nature of psychological compulsion is such that those who act under it or under constraint remain under the impression that they are acting on their own initiative. The victim of mind manipulation does not know that he is a victim. To him, the walls of his prison are invisible, and he believes himself to be free. That he is not free is apparent only to other people, because his servitude is strictly objective. Anyway, again, thanks for being here and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy the conference. Make sure you applaud yourselves. I meant it physically. Give yourselves a round of applause.